Guys, I got the brand new iPhone 14 Pros. I got deep purple right here and space black, the two most exclusive colors. We're gonna chop right into these iPhones, see what they're all about, and essentially tell you whether it's worth upgrading. So let's get into the brand new iPhone 14 Pros. So the unboxing was really cool, really sweet. Inside we got the space black iPhone 14 Pro and deep purple. Now, space black is really cool, and this is my personal preference because of those camera lenses. They are completely muted, completely black, matching the edges of the phone, how it blends in with that endless display. Now, I do wish the back of the space black was a little bit darker. It is still a bit grey. However, this deep purple is really nice. It's a new color. I think it's one of the better colors Apple's made, apart from the Alpine green. But this purple, I wish, again, was ever so slightly more vibrant. It is a bit grey on the back, but they are pretty cool phones. Now, the main thing everyone's talking about, the always on display. I'm joking. No one's talking about the always on display because it's terrible on this phone, and I'll tell you why. As much as I thought it was cool that you could simply turn off your phone and then it would kind of just show you the screen like the Apple Watch, it's just dimming the display and showing you the clock. I do not like that. I don't like it. I wish the screen went completely black and it showed you a clock with some icons underneath like an Android phone. At least then you can customize it and it's completely off. Whereas with this, it literally sometimes feels like the phone is on and it's on a low brightness, and I really don't like that. In fact, I might even turn it off. So I think Apple really messed it up with the always on display, and I call it lazy, not lateness with innovation, as everyone likes to say. So that aside, what is special about this phone? Of course, it's that dynamic island Apple likes to call it. So this island up here, I think is interesting, and I think it's a very good idea. They've taken something that's most likely an intrusion into the display, and people like to hide with darker wallpapers, including Apple themselves marketing it that way in the past. They've taken that and turned it into something which you can actually interact with and is now a feature on the phone. For example, if I go into the music app and I start playing some songs right here, I've got to put the volume down so I don't get copyrighted, but if I start playing some music and I go home, as you can see, it expands right there. So I can click the dynamic island and then it brings me back into the music app. I can go home, it expands. I can even hold it down and it brings me more options. Now that I think is very, very cool. It's very neat because it brings all those extra kind of things that go on in the phone, such as putting it to silent mode right here at the top, rather than bringing a bunch of overlays on top of the screen, getting in the way of whatever you're doing. So that within itself, I think is very, very cool. But I really don't think it's something I'm going to be using all the time, and I don't really see myself reaching to the top of the screen continuously clicking this. Now, I don't know, I have to put it through its usage to test that, But generally speaking, I think it's much more of an aesthetic thing to see that you have the new iPhone, and that is one thing that I do like, that there are changes to the display. 2000 nit display, which is incredibly bright, and I can definitely see it. So outdoors, using this phone is going to be very, very cool. The camera humps on the back of the phone are huge. These things are massive. It's literally like a paperweight on top of a phone. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I've heard that the cameras are very good. I have put it through a couple little tests here and there, and it does seem to show its quality over the 13 Pro in terms of color. So I'm happy to see that there is a visible difference. Now, while I will be looking at this later on in the week, I do have to say, first impressions wise, I am quite happy with the way it feels, the way it works, the way it looks. It does definitely feel like I'm using a newer iPhone, and along with that, it is a very beautiful phone. Now, before I end the video, I do have to show you, I did pick up a couple cool cases. Now, I'm not sponsored by any of these people, but I thought it would be pretty cool to show you some new cases out at the moment, since this is very new and it only came out today. But this case is awesome. This is a case with real Kevlar built into it. This is by a company called UAG, who everyone knows about. I'm currently using that on the Space Black iPhone because I think it looks the best on there. And yeah, check out how sick that looks. So I just thought I'd show you some of these things. Along with that, I did pop a screen protector on this from Spigen. It's the Ease Fit screen protector, so do check those out. But generally, like I said, some really, really nice phones from Apple, really beautiful stuff. But we do have to test out whether these upgrades are truly visible, such as the camera, such as whether we'll be using the dynamic island, how good battery life truly is, because as far as I'm concerned, this always on display may drain the battery quite a bit, making it worse than the 13 Pro. So with all of that, I'm going to put it through its paces. Make sure you stay tuned, because in the next week or so, I am going to be releasing a real day in the life with this thing and showing you what it is like using the iPhone 14 Pro in real life. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and do check out some of these cases. Again, I'm not sponsored or anything, but this is a really cool case right here from UAG with real Kevlar built into it, along with those Spigen glass screen protectors. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.